Hi, I'm Kevin Stea. I'm here with Leo Moctezuma, dancer extraordinaire, choreographer, fantastic performer, singer, ///. Leo. All right. Let's see. So what got you started dancing?
What got me started dancing? I think one of the first musicals that I saw was West Side Story, and that definitely sparked my interest. Of course, the videos like Janet, and Michael, and Donna. Um, yeah, that kind of sparked my interest when I was younger, but I never really knew exactly what I wanted to do or what I wanted to be.
Were you dancing for expression, or were you dancing with the intention of dancing with these stars and celebrities?
No, when I was younger, it was just for expression. Just kind of freestyle. I never really, took classes until like in high school is when I kind of took it a little more serious.
What was your favorite job so far?
So many. Every job has its own special, favorite part of it. You know what I mean? So, I just love traveling. So being on tour is definitely like one of my favorite things to do. You too.
Okay, so in performing, what do you get out of actually performing, and what do you prefer, live or taped?
I love live. It's kind of cliche. Everybody says it, but the immediate response from an audience is the best feeling in the world. The immediate gratitude and love that you feel has to be what keeps me wanting to do it more and more.
Any funny stories from any jobs that people may not know from behind the scenes?
Funny? There's always a lot of funny ones. But one of which, when I was on tour with Christina, one of the songs is Spider. And I was partnering with Tiana Brown, who is one of the dancers. And we had this little freestyle section where we were like fighting, and she happened to jaw me in my chin,
Ouch.
and like my teeth clamped together, and all I heard was like a shattering sound.
Oh God!
And then I started going, and I felt like teeth were coming out of my mouth. So I finished the number, and I end on the floor and all dramatic. And then right when the blackout, I literally ran to the freaking dressing room and went to the camera and I was like, and then my teeth were still there. But look, I had that chip. You see that chip right there?
Oh shoot!
Yeah, you see it?
Damn, you busted.
Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of gagged, but
you replaced it with gold and called it a day.
Right.
That's where the diamond goes.
I just grinned and bared it.
Okay, if you could choose a song for your life, what would it be?
I think I would have to say, one of my favorite songs is by Joe, and it's called All That I Am. And I don't know specifically for all my life, but like, I guess maybe
A theme song.
A theme song for relationships, and this is all that I am. This is all I have to give. And I might not be able to buy fancy cars and all expensive things, but my heart is all yours. So I love that song.
Do you dance by yourself at home?
I do. I dance everywhere. In my kitchen, in my living room. It's funny, I know you guys seen that show, Dance Life.
Yes.
But a lot of people make fun of the little solos that they do, but I do that. On my own. I don't go to Millennium and rent that space.
Rent it out.
But like, if I'm feeling it's a song that moves me that I'm listening to on my iPod or in my house, I just kind of freestyle to it and live in the moment.
Do you feel like you're talking to yourself, or you're talking to someone else, or you're just expressing something unspoken?
I'm a lyrical dancer as far as like, I love to do movement with lyrics, so everything kind of has a purpose. So I think it's just expressing what the song is saying, and then if the song happens to be something that I'm going through, it's even better, and I can express it a little bit more dramatically.
Okay. If you could do an interpretive dance of the life of someone famous, celebrity, author, politician, whoever, who would you choose?
Good question.
Whose story's worth telling?
Story worth telling. It's like you have to think about that. But off the top of my head, I think as a Latin man, I think it would be fun to do the John Leguizamo. No, and that's really I haven't thought about him ever, but that popped into my head. So.
He's made some very wide-reaching choices for his career.
Definitely wide-reaching choices and very open-minded and creative and comedic and dramatic and I mean he's so I think that'd be fun. Wow, that is a good one. Yeah, John Leguizamo.
Cool. So for the future, where do you see yourself developing? Like, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Create that scene for us.
5 years from now, I see myself living large. I'm very blessed, so. But I see myself doing a lot of things. You know, doing maybe just finished a lead role in a movie. You know, maybe on my second independent or on a label album. See myself in Europe, traveling. I think that Europe would love me as an artist. I think everywhere.
I agree.
But I see myself really getting attached to the Latin market, and the European market, and just living and traveling like I love to do, and making sure my family and friends are taken care of.
Do you believe once a dancer, always a dancer, or do you believe that it's just another facet of your life that you'll let go at some point and move on?
Once a dancer, always a dancer. Definitely. It's a part of you. You know what I mean? As a dancer, being someone that's a dancer, we're just so versatile. And you adapt everything to what you do. You know what I mean? I find myself, when I pour myself a drink, I find myself counting in eights. 1, 2, you know what I mean? Like, so everything,
it infiltrates every part of your life.
It definitely does, and then even in acting, in acting beats and camera blocking, like a dance, it's easier to direct a dancer because to do the same thing over and over, especially when you're taking because we know our bodies and we know what we're doing, so we can replicate things, easier than a normal person.
Thank you, Leo.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Leo Moctezuma.
Hello.